Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Sanctum. So let's start off with a quick sketch for myself. This is pretty much so I can see the pose I'm going to put him in to make sure I get everything that I want to put into it, because I'm going to do something kind of fun for him. I'm going to do kind of an action pose. Something a little more than just him just standing there. And you may not be able to see this, but that's okay. This is pretty much just for me to make sure I put everything in there. And then as soon as I start with the sharpies, you'll be able to see it much better. And you'll be able to follow along much easier. But this is mostly for me, just to make sure I get everything in the camera. And don't forget to draw something, because sometimes that happens and then I have to start all over again. But that's what practice is for, right? Okay, so let's do this. Let's see, make sure I got everything in there. That looks good. Bring the knees down to there. And do some kind of awesome thing with the cape. Like that. Okay, I think I'm about ready, because I think I've got everything I need to get started as far as placement. Then the details will work in as we go, right? And hope we don't forget anything. Something there, something there. Okay. Oh, you know what I need? I need to make sure I get all the facial features in. That's something I forgot to do. Just make sure that I leave enough room for everything. I'm sitting here talking about not missing out on stuff. And I missed out on one of the most important ones. His face. Okay. I think I'm at a good place here. To get started. I gotta figure out how much detail I want to put in on that face, because some of it's so fine, so small that it's not even gonna show up, you know? Okay, I think we're about ready for me to get started. Or at least switch over to Sharpies, so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to start off with the finer Sharpie pen first. You're welcome to continue with a pencil or get started with a pencil, and we'll start going here. So since I know where everything's going to be, I'm going to start out with a couple of eyes. Just draw those almonds like that. Draw another one like that. And I kind of have them off to the side like this, so I got them a little bit closer than normal, okay? So let's draw his eyebrows. Gonna be kind of like this. Draw the other one like that. I kind of point it a little bit. Color it in, because he's mad, right? This one needs to be a little thicker to match that one. And that's where the edge is gonna be. So something like that, right? Some pupils. That'll take care of that. And he's got little spikes on his mask, so I'm going to draw those in real quick. Just real tiny little points like that. Okay? So when I draw the other side of this mask, they're going to be like that. And that's where it's going to come down. Okay? So let's draw, he's got like a little diamond thing. Like that in the front. A couple of other ones that kind of come out like this. And see, that's pretty much that, but it's just the way it's facing it. Since it's not facing us, it doesn't look the same. So it's artistic interpretation is the best way I'm going to say it. Just let's do it like that, okay? So let's draw the mask with the fine pen, and then we'll switch over to the sharp pen, or the bigger Sharpie, okay? So I'm going to draw the bridge of the nose over like that, and let's go ahead and connect it. That way you can see that it's the nose. And see how I stopped at that little spiky thing? We're going to continue up to the eye like that, and out and up, and that'll be the side of the head. I'm going to thicken that up just a little bit, just because I know my Sharpie is going to be super thick, and it's going to look odd of thin and thick and thin and thick. So I'm just going to do it like that just to help myself out. You don't have to do that, okay? So I'm going to draw his chin, because I know where that's going to be. I'm going to follow it back up to here. And so same thing, I'm going to thicken that up just a little bit, just so in the end, my picture will all look uniform. You don't have to do that, especially if you're using a pencil, because yours is going to be uniform all the way, right? So let's draw one last line, like this, coming across, and then back up to the edge of his mask. And then again, I'm going to thicken it up one last time. Then I'm going to switch over to the big fat Sharpie, and you'll see why. Okay. So I'm going to draw the bottom of it, and you're going to see how thick this is, and you're going to see the difference of what I was talking about, of how it's like super fat compared to those. Okay, so I'm going to connect it like this, and see how fat that already is? Woo! That's huge. Okay, so I'm going to bring it in and down and connect it to the chin, just like that. And see the difference there? That's what I'm talking about. I know how it's going to be, so I wanted to do that. You don't have to. I just like it to be uniform and all together, cohesive, so to speak. So let's go ahead and draw the ear, and then we'll draw his neck down like this. And he's got a bunch of pieces here that we'll start drawing in a second. Let's finish off the top of his hair. So I know his hairline, I'm going to have the middle of it right about there, connect it to his head, and I'm going to connect this one back here, but I'm going to stop right about there, because there's going to be a piece of hair coming over, because all of his hair is going back like that. It's all swooping back, but not all of it is perfect, so one piece is going to flow from here and come around like that, okay? And so I'll add in the detail later with the sharper Sharpie, but for now I just wanted to do that, and then do this right here. And so now I'm going to kind of do the same thing like that, with a little piece that would come over. Okay, so now I can go back and add his hair the rest of the way. I'm just going to kind of do like this, just to show that it's flowing back, and I'll add thinner lines from here to show you later. Okay, one more little piece of whippy, and bring it down like that. Okay, that'll be his swoopy mohawk hairpiece, and we'll add detail in a bit. So he's got these big shoulder pads that overlap each other, and the furthest one are the ones that are out on top. So I'm going to draw those first. Okay, so one's going to start there. There's going to be a point here and a point there. I'm going to go like this and connect all those points I was just talking about, and that's the edge of that one. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do the same thing here, and I know it's on top, so I just wanted to have it first. Okay, so now I can do the other ones that are underneath it, and that's why I draw the line lower. Okay, so now I can draw his neck collar, because I know where that's going to be. I'm going to bring it in, go up. There's that collar. It's going to go up, and it's a bunch of artistic little artsy pieces. So I'm just going to, I'll add that in with the detail later, but I just want to finish this up with the rest of it, and that way I can draw the edges and I know where that's going to be. Okay, so let's draw his chest piece here, and the way I have him bent over, he's going to be all hunched over, kind of showing his hand like this, or his claw, going to hold out his clawy hands. So I'm going to have his chest going in like this, and kind of, it's going to be kind of creased over because he's hunched over. Okay, so his points of his jacket are going to be like this, and this one's going to be kind of over a little bit because it's going to be going over his leg. And then this one we can bring down back like that, and I'm going to kind of crease it a little bit like that, and then reconnect it. Okay, so his belt and all that stuff is underneath there, but you can't quite see it because of the way he's bent over. So let's draw his arms. Now that we have edges, we know we can do that. And I'm going to draw his shoulder like this, And then his bicep is going to kind of be behind that, like this, to his elbow. And then his forearm is going to stop right about there because he's got those big gloves on that go all the way up there. So let's go ahead and finish that up, or close it off so I know where I could draw the other side. So now I'm going to draw his forearm like this, his bicep, and the rest of his shoulder. Okay? Let's go ahead and do this side too since we're already here. So I'm going to do the shoulder, bicep like that. Bring it in just a little bit because it's the crook of his arm, the bent of his arm. And let's do the back. So we're going to do like this. Okay. And he's got straps that are holding his arms all strong together. So see all that detail I added in, and it just got covered up anyway. So that's okay. That's just how it is with drawing, you know. Sometimes things change as you're going, and that's okay. All right, so let's finish up his forearms. Let's do this one. This is going to be the easiest one. He's got the little stylized forearm things, and we're going to just do that. Super simple and easy. Close it off, come up, and he's got big buckles. They're holding everything together, so we can do like this, and that'll kind of give it that style. Okay, we're going to make a simple glove for his hand, or a simple fist for his hand. So I'm just going to come out and in like that. T for the fingers where they bend in. So I'm going to do like this, then knuckles, knuckles, and like that. It's simple fist, super easy. This one though, I'm going to have like this. We're going to do like a little claw hand. It's going to be a little more tricky, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Not too hard. So let's go ahead and draw the bottom of his glove like that. And I'm going to draw the back of his glove like that. And that is what that was, but it's kind of the back side, so you can't really see it too much. So now we're going to draw those buckles like we did before. Like that. You see how they got smaller going towards the top because it's moving up towards your wrist. And so now we're going to draw his hands in kind of a claw. So I sketched out how I want it to be, so it's going to be like there's a tip, there, and there. Okay, so it's going to be a little cuckoo crazy here. Just bear with me. So we're going to draw his pinky first down to the top of his hand. So you see what I'm doing, something like that. So because that's in the front, now I can draw the rest because I know how it's going to be. So this one's going to be about in the middle, and we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of do like that. And this one's coming down, and see it's behind that one, so I skipped that. So same thing here. That is his other finger. And so now we're going to draw his thumb. So kind of like a claw. You see what I'm doing? Super simple, super easy. Not perfect, not 100% accurate, but it's pretty close. And we now got the idea, right? So let's go ahead and finish up his legs and draw his boots and all that stuff. Then we'll come back and add a little bit more detail with the Sharpie in a second. So I'm going to bring his other leg down like this, and his knee cap is right about there. So I'm going to draw his pants are going to come down like that. All right, and his boot kind of has this weird little thing on the side. So we're going to, I know the edge of it's going to be right there, okay? So that means I'm going to come in from the side here and kind of go over like that. And that way I know where I can draw the rest of it, okay? All right, so the rest of it goes like this, and then one more. And that way we know where that is. So now I can finish up the rest of his pants and reconnect them like that. And he's got little spikes on the side. So we add those two, and I can draw the rest of his boots. So I'm going to come down, draw like that. All right, and that's kind of the boot. That's what we're going to do. And he's got like this cool little detail over it like that. So let's do the other leg. So this one's going to be all hunched over, and there's the knee. There's the back of the leg, and like this. And that is on this side, so you don't have to worry about it as much. Now we could just bring this down and draw the inside of his boot which is that one right there. And it's just gonna come down and do like that. Do another one, come down and do like that. And so let's do one more, and then this side would be the one that kind of does like that, because that's what that is. Okay, so let's just go ahead and finish off the shoe like this. Let's do a little bit of a heel to the front of the shoe. And he doesn't have the regular tread like everybody else. He's just got flat stuff, so we'll go ahead and do that for the tread. But he does have that cool little detail to his boot, like that. So, oh yeah, he's got like these little pad things on the side too. So this one, you can't really see it as much, so we can do like that. This one kind of gonna, let's see, it goes to a point like that, down like that, and then there's another one kind of like that. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is add the cape, and then we can add the detail of his shirt in a second. So I'm going to do like that line because I want it to come from there. Then I'm going to imagine it going like that, and it goes back behind him so you can't see the rest of it. So I'm going to add a few more little details with the Sharpie, like his buckle straps here. He's got kind of something that goes up like this. Alright, there's another one over here. And there's buckles that are holding it together, but you can't quite see it. So I'm just going to do that, just because of the angle that we have it at. Okay? And he's got like this little detail, and another line that follows it along like that. And he has the straps holding the seam together, kind of like this. And then this one goes across. And I'm going to do like that because he's all, you know, bent over, increasing his material. So I'm just going to draw that little thing in there to give that a little bit of detail. So the last thing I'm going to do real fast is just add some hair detail, and that's what I was telling you. I'm just going to kind of come back and do like this. And you can add however you want to do it. This is yours. This is how I draw. You draw how you draw. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of if you want to add a little bit of flavor and style of your own. That way when you draw it for your friends, they'll be like, oh, did you get it from that channel? He said, yeah, but I'm doing it the way I learned how to do it, and to make it my own. Once you make it your own, then it's no longer, oh, you drew like he did. No, well, you drew what you drew. So those lines that I did don't have to be exact, but that's just the idea. Just add what you want, make some hair lines to make it look cool, and that is Sanctum. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.